Hey everyone, it's Trisha with EasyEminiTrade.com, and I wanted to go over one of the setups that you can use the Ichimoku indicators for. It's called the Chikou breakdown or breakout, and really great for taking breakouts and breakdowns, and today there were quite a few. I will be doing a webinar on the Ichimoku on Thursday at 8 p.m., so if you want more information about that, just go to my website and check it out. And there are a few other setups that I'll go over using the Ichimoku on Thursday night. I'll go over the indicators, what they're called, how you use them, and how you can use them with any setup that you currently trade, or use them by themselves as setups. And also I'll go over the Slinky setup that we went over earlier in the month using the Ichimoku along with that. So I hope you find this helpful, and let's get started. So what I'm showing you is the NQ from today, Tuesday, January 28th, and this is on a one-point range chart. The bigger the chart, like with any setup, the bigger the chart, the less noise. So with this chart there is a lot of noise, but perfect for showing you the breakouts and breakdowns, and I'll show you on a larger chart as well. So what we're looking at, and I know there's a lot going on my chart here, but you can see here this morning price going sideways right where I drew this white line, and this blue line here is the Chikou line of the Ichimoku indicators, and I'm not going to go over all of them. I will do that in detail on Thursday, but this plots 26 bars behind. So as price is forming here, this is where the Chikou line is on our screen, and I'll just scroll here to the right just so you can see how it looks real time here, and it's after hours, but here's where price is and here's where the Chikou line is forming. So it's always forming 26 bars behind the current price, and it represents current price. Okay, so back to this morning, you can see that we were going sideways, consolidating. The shaded area is the 5-minute high and low area, but where this white line is, you can see that we're consolidating in that area, hanging there for a while, and this is the line that I drew. And you can see here when price was forming right here, this is where the Chikou line was breaking out above the line that I drew as resistance. And you could have used a little higher if you wanted to use put your line above this area here, but this pretty much took out, was above all the price bars forming here, basically from 933 to 942, 43 time period. So what we look for, or what I would look for, is I look for the Chikou line to break the resistance line that I drew, and we want a close of the bar above the line here, and when we get that, that's when the Chikou line will be breaking out above the resistance area. And then what you would look to do is, or what I would look to do is, when I get the Chikou line breaking out, I would put a buy above the bar that's giving me that. Now you can see that we've got the floor trader pivot point above our head, so that would be the general area that you would be using as your target, and works really well as long as price follows through. The thing about breakouts and breakdowns is, obviously, it could have continued sideways, faked us out here, tried to break out, and then pulled right back. The Chikou line, like I said, is really helpful for that. So let me show you a couple more. So once we're broken out, this is the one that I just showed you, pivot point holding, so you can see it trying and holding, trying and holding, trying and holding. So what we would do is, let me just get rid of this line so I can show you what we did at the time. So what you would do is you would draw your line above the bars that are holding, and you would be looking for the Chikou line to break above that. So here's where the Chikou line breaks above that white line, and then this is the bar that actually gets us closed above that. This bar you can see broke the line, and the Chikou line, this is where the Chikou line was at that time. It did, at the time it looked like it was going to break out, but then it pulled right back. So nothing for us to do above this bar right here. So what I would do then is I would move my line up to above the high of that bar that failed to break out above the line there, and then I would look for the Chikou line to break out above the line again. So we get that right here, and when we get that there, this is where price is forming at the time we get the Chikou line, because remember, the Chikou line is 26 periods behind. So even though you can see this here, real time, you would not see any of this blue line here. You would only see up to this point, and that's the Chikou line. So this would be the bar that you would enter in above. Now, this morning we knew pre-market that the 98 area was holding, and then above that we've got the round number of 3,500. So you would take this trade expecting it to get around the 98 area, and then if it can get through that, then you would expect it to find the 3,500 area, and that's what happened. So there's another Chikou line breakout, and there are a few more here today, but what I want to show you first is I'll show you on a larger chart, and you can just go and look at these yourself. There are a few more later in the day, but if you look at it on a larger chart, this is a 633 tick chart. Let me just make it a little bigger here and scroll backwards. All right, so this is a 633 tick chart. So you can see here that we are going sideways. This is the area that we talked about for the first Chikou line breakout, and at the time that this was forming above our resistance line here, let me just draw that back a little bit further. Here is where the Chikou line broke out. So this is where the Chikou line was at the time when we got this breaking out here. So you could enter in off of this chart. What you do is you would enter in above the bar that closes above that resistance line with the Chikou line breaking out above it. Same here. Here's the area forming resistance right here, and then you just draw the line backwards. If I can grab a hold of it there. Come on now. And at the time, the Chikou line breaking out here, here's where the Chikou line was at the time. Now this didn't really go anywhere, and this was buying into 3,500, so you realistically would have passed on trying to buy above this bar here, because we know round number areas are usually difficult. So pretty much that's what you do. You can do it on any chart. The larger the chart, the less noise, obviously. So I hope that you find that helpful. And on Friday, I almost said Friday, on Thursday, we'll go over the Chikou line breakouts. We'll go over breakouts, closes outside the cloud, and we'll go over a couple other items as well as the setup, the Slinky, and how you can implement this with any setups that you're currently using. So I hope that you find that helpful, and we'll hopefully see you all on Thursday. Have a great night, you guys.